She wants to drink your blood. After she chops you apart with a greatsword, of course. So I've completed the remaining vampires. Sorry for the shaky hands. This is Lady Ilona on her scenic base. And, well, you don't want to look up her skirt because there's nothing there, it's just black. And yeah, I think she turned out okay. Compared to the picture, I matched it reasonably well. My red is a bit darker on the dress. And some of the detail isn't quite there, but that's because they cheated. I mean, it's quite clear to me that, for example, the lacing on the bodice here on the front of the dress, that it was not there on this model. It was not sculpted on. Well, maybe it was sculpted, but they clearly did not have a production model. They had a resin master or something when they painted this display model. So yeah, it's easier for them to get the detail there. But given what I had to work with, I'm happy. So let's put her aside and bring in this dude on his Pegasus in his bright red armor. I took the tip from one of my viewers. I was concerned about the cape not fitting on, and I did what you suggested actually. I took some pliers and I bent the cape outwards at the end, and that made it fit. That made it flow properly onto the rest of the model. Now here I've deviated a bit more, as you can see. It's hard to fit both the artwork and the model here at the same time, but you can see the colors are slightly, they're close on the rider, different on the mount. If you see here, they have almost a completely red mount as well. I didn't want to do that. I feel my version is better. It has more variety in it, more different colors, and thus is more pleasing to the eye. And I did a slight hint of glowing eyes. Talking about the eyes, huh? Oh, and I put some grass tufts on this one. I didn't put any grass on Ilona's base because I thought it would cover up the other detail, like the stones and the skulls and whatnot. But yeah, good job, Doc. Let's keep on trucking. So to get started on the Cabal, I started doing some basic color blocking. I don't normally do this, but the detail on these guys was pretty intricate, and it was very hard when it's just primed white to see what's what. I wanted to know what's bone, what's cloth, what's armor. And so I went in with this blue paint and I painted everything I thought was cloth. I think I hit some things that are actually hair, but I think I got all of the stuff that's supposed to be cloth. And most of the rest of this is armor, metallics of some sort, and then there's a little bit of bone underneath. He's a skeleton after all. And for this one, I did the same thing. I also just slapped down some basic colors on the banner, you know, the blue and red again for the undead army. So now you can see more clearly what's the banner and what's the cross piece, so to speak. And the colors for the skeletons were given. For the necromancers, I was not so sure. I didn't want to use the exact same colors, so I sort of experimented a bit, and I came up with this. The inspiration is actually World of Warcraft. I used to play a warlock in WoW, and my favorite set of gear was the Nemesis set, the tier 2 raid gear, which was pretty much exactly this combination of purple and green, which I like quite a lot. And on her, I'm not sure that it's actually supposed to be two different pieces of cloth, that this cape is different from the robe, but I decided to paint it that way anyway, regardless of their intentions, because I wanted some separation. Painting it all just one color would be boring. Oh, and I had some red on my palette, so I tried out red hair. I'm not sure I'm keeping it. I'm not married to that. The purple and the green I like. I'm probably keeping. The red hair, that might change. Oh, hello. You caught me in my cleaning up. What am I doing? Well, I'm started prepping the catapult, and as I probably mentioned, I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to prep. I like to make sure before assembling anything that it is absolutely clean, which means scrubbing it to make sure that there's no mold release or grease or anything that might not make the paint stick. And what I use for this is just ordinary washing up liquid and a toothbrush, an old toothbrush. Well, no, it's not actually old. This is a specific toothbrush which I have only ever used for cleaning minis, nothing else, no other purpose. And when it is plastic kits like this on the sprue, I like to actually clean them on the sprue, because if you cut them out first, you get a lot of little fiddly bits that are difficult to hold on to when you clean them, and you might drop them down the drain or whatever. And the surfaces that remain when you clip them off the sprue, the connection points, that's going to be a clean cut. That surface will not have any grease or mold release or anything on it, of course, because it's never been exposed to air before. So, hey. I might give them, after I've removed any mold lines, I might give them just a quick, hold them under the tap, just a quick rinse in water to remove any fragments with dust. But otherwise, yeah, this is what I do. Next video in the series, I might show you the assembled catapult, if I can figure out how to do it. But until then, I'm Dakian, and I'm signing off.